Hi, it's Stacye. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Good to see everybody. My, let me say thank you, first of all, for everyone that commented on, excuse me, something's in my face, YouTube, MySpace, and soulfair.com. Thank you so much for your comments. Let me say who it was. Tom, AJ, Zahn, Nita, Global Grind Magazine, Roger Arthur, Chase, Ken, Classy Diva, Black Angel Without Wings, Nicole's Coffee Cafe, 5F Principles, Amanda, Platonic Lovers, Canadian Stub Muffin, Bear. Thank you ever so. And also on a note, for those of you, if you get a chance to read the repost that Jay did on Relationships 101, it was really good. It was from someone else's blog, I think he said, and it was very cool. So check that out. So last night's blog was Relationship 102, and showing yourself. And so what I talked about was showing who we really are and being honest, because most of us aren't. But on the same note, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Sorry, there was something just in my face. But on the same note, I wanted to talk about tonight the book and its cover, because this is the book inside, but this is our cover. So we forget that a lot of times, and we are all guilty of it, you know, we're always taught the old saying, don't judge a book by its cover, but yet we all do it. You know, everybody does it. You see somebody walking down the street, outfit may not be appropriate, whatever, we immediately judge. All of us do. You see someone, they could be a great person, but what they have on could be what really turns you off. Could be what turns you on, but turns you on in what way? Our society has changed so much because, you know, men used to wear suits every day, you wore a tie, and I am all about freedom of expression. But when you're dealing with the opposite sex, when you're meeting people, when you're going on interviews, we forget that people look at us and they judge us, and we never have to open our mouths. So what triggered this was some of the emails that I got last night and this morning. And, you know, I've talked about before, our profile pictures say a lot, the names we put up. So, no offense, and when I say this, I don't want to offend a soul. Please, this is not judgment, this is observation, and there is a difference. So I want you to realize that that is what I'm doing. I am not holding in judgment, because every woman wants to look sexy. But ladies, let me ask you this. For those that, you know, a couple of women said that they get approached inappropriately and they didn't know why. And I thought, well, okay. And I looked at their profiles, and okay, depending upon how you're dressed, if you don't want someone to approach you like a hoe, you cannot look like a hoe. And gentlemen, if you are wearing your jeans hanging off your ass, then 9 times out of 10, a lady is not going to even take you seriously because of the way you're dressed. So I said that, as I said, is not judgment, but I'm just making a point. Because in our society, we forget that we judge, so you know we're being judged. And we have taken on these personas of celebrities. That's their look. But what's your look? And what does your look tell people that meet you or come in contact with you? It's like going to a business meeting, which I just left and witnessed. I mean, you know, I get the industry and all that, but sometimes it's like, do you own clothes? Because I look at people like that. Like, as you're flirting with me, I do want to know, do you own clothes? Because that's a curiosity. I know I go places, this is for the men. I know I go places, and I don't know, sometimes you meet somebody and you go, I wonder, could they even wear the appropriate clothes for what I'm going to? And I'm sure men look at women and think the same thing. But the point is that just as you should be honest, and I'm not saying don't be sexy, I'm not saying don't be hip, I'm not saying that. I'm saying be aware of what you're putting out there, because this is the first impression. They're not going to get to know you. They're not going to know you're a wonderful person. They're not going to know you're loving and kind and considerate, or you're a gentleman and you're dashing and all of those things and charming. All they're going to see is the clothes you have on your back. That is an amazing thing that we are still in that place, especially because this is the trendy way to be. But at the same time, as trendy as it might be, people still look at that and they treat you accordingly. So the next time someone treats you in a way that you don't like, especially upon first meeting you, look at what you have on, and maybe you'll see what they're seeing. You know, there used to be a time, like I said, we checked in the mirror. Myself, I like being a girl. I like being a lady. I like having a dress on, and I love having my heels on. That is who, and I try to speak to people and make sure that when they step to me, they understand who they're dealing with. I like to make sure we're very clear. Now, I know when I have on certain outfits, I get a whole different kind of attention, and I'm prepared for that attention. I don't take it seriously. I know there's no one in the room that's going to take me seriously, and I keep it moving. But as I said, this is just my way of addressing another situation, because when we're showing ourselves, when we're giving of ourselves, when we want to meet people, we forget that it's all important. They're only going to see this first, and first impressions are everything. Because if the package isn't, you know, we all say, oh, it doesn't matter, it's all about who I am. It does matter to some degree, because the person that you maybe should meet is going to have a very different impression of you based upon what they saw. And we forget that, because we all, as I said, still judge and we assume. So someone may not take the time to get to know you. They may not get past the outfit, or they're going to treat you the way they saw you, if that makes sense. Maybe not today, but maybe down the line. So with that said, tell me this. When you get up in the morning, when you get dressed, when you brush your teeth, when you comb your hair, when you stroll through your closet figuring out what you are going to put on for the day, does what you put on represent who you really are? Ponder that. Did I say all that right? Anyway, I hope that you have an amazing evening. I hope that wasn't too wordy. I hope it made sense, and I definitely hope I didn't offend anyone, because I was not holding a judgment. I just was making a point, because, as I said, you got to be aware of what you are putting out there in every way, shape, and form, and the kind of person you might want to meet. Maybe someone that won't give you a second look because they can't see past your clothes. I know that's superficial, but you know what? We all do it. Everybody does it. So you just have to think about that sometime. We all own clothes, and there's nothing wrong with putting on some clothes and looking nice, and it doesn't matter if you get them from Target, as long as you can put yourself together. That is what matters. So on that note, ponder that question. What is it that you let the world see when you walk out of the door and put your clothes on? All right, have an amazing night. I will see you soon. Love and blessings. Bye. See what